Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Efrain Rodriguez, and this is the Woke Project. Today we're going to continue our little study on communication beyond language. So we left off at 5. So we're going to continue at number 6. So you have to stop the internal dialogue when you are interacting with people. So for that, it is necessary to calm the mind. If your mind is restless, or if you're thinking about other things, such as what you're going to say next, instead of paying full attention to the person's face, you are going to have a foggy version of reality. So there are going to be a lot of tiny details that you are going to miss. So meditation comes in as a great practice to help you calm your mind and to help you place full focus onto the person or to the subject that you're having a conversation with. Now, you have to have a true full focus on the subject. So I'm going to tell you a situation, a personal experience where if I was not applying this, I would have actually missed the person going through my wallet when I was in the restroom. Now, as with practice, your analyzation of a person's face is going to become more natural. It's going to become second nature. The part of your brain that is in charge of doing that, the synaptic junctions are going to get stronger, and therefore it will become second nature. But you just have to practice. And then later in the video, I will tell you how you can get this practice. Now, then as this becomes more natural, you have to actively begin extending your analytical, your analyzational area further to the body. So you, as these muscles get stronger, you will be able to observe more and more at the same time. So you're going to be able to notice feet, hands, and other things. Now, and also you're contextualizing the entire movement will also be coming later. So now, but you just have to practice. So movement is evidence of thought. And by that, I mean that when someone's body does something that is telling you one thing, but the person is expressing the opposite, you have to trust the body, because most of the movements that we do while we're having a conversation with someone, particularly if it's a very intense conversation, we are unaware of any gestural language. We are mostly just in a focus on the thought, and our body just does that naturally. Now, I'm going to give you an example of an experience where if I did not pay attention, I would have missed something, a client going through my wallet. So this happened like 2 years ago, and this is what happened. So I was at a client's home, and then I left my wallet on the floor, and so during the session, I asked him if I could use the restroom. So through his body language, he told me that he wanted to see through my wallet. And through his body language, he told me after I walked out of the restroom, he told me that he did go through my wallet. And then with denial, he confirmed it. This is how. So first, also notice that this was unseen. So I didn't see his actions, but his body language told me what he did. How? So first, I asked my client if I could use the restroom. And then where it was, if I could use it. So he pointed at it. So then I looked to the direction he pointed. And then I told him, I'll be right back. And when I turned back, I caught him retracting a quick, secretive glance from my wallet back to me. That's one. So that in itself tells me that he had an interest in my wallet, and that he did not want me to see him looking at it, because when his peripheral vision detected that I was turning back, he quickly glanced back right to me. Now, so I was analyzing that glance because it struck me as weird, as a little off when I was going to the restroom. So then when it clicked when I was already peeing in the restroom, so then I hurried up. So then when I came out, he appeared nervous, in a hurry. And so he appeared like this, like fast. And then you could tell that his heart rate was racing because he quickly glanced like that. And he glanced at my wallet and then he glanced back like that. So also my wallet was in a different position than the one that it was before I went into the restroom. So also so oh yeah, so when I came out, he appeared nervous, in a hurry, fidgety, and then glanced again. And my wallet was in a different position. So now, so that is a confirmation, right? That he went through my wallet. Even if I was unsure, even if my wallet had been in the same position, he still confirmed it because of his nervousness. And because of his previous glance, his glance after the restroom, and then his fidgeting. Now, when confronted, the potency of his denial was absurd and over the top. So there was an incongruency in between the. So I asked him to text message. I didn't even actually tell him in face to face. I asked him, "Did you go through my wallet?" And he never answered. All he said, "I'm going." Well, no, actually, he did answer. I'm sure he denied it. But then he began talking about how much stress he is under because of school, and that he cannot believe that I'm adding more stress. Like the amount of denial was so over the top that it made it more clear that he wanted to pull himself away more from that accusation that I was doing. So now, even though I didn't see it, I didn't have to. I just knew exactly what he did because his body told me. So even when someone denies it to your face, movement is evidence of thought. And by that, I mean that. So look, we're going to go over a little neurobiology. So there are two types of movements of thought processes. There is open loop thought process and there is closed loop thought process. So now the closed loop thought process could be, for example, when you touch a hot stove. So let's say that you touch a hot stove, and when you touch it, you immediately retract your hand. You don't leave it there and think, oh, this is hot. I think this might burn my skin. Oh, maybe I should pull my hand back. No, you immediately pull it, right? So now, that is a closed loop thought process. Now, an open loop thought process is when there is a lot of thought in between the action and the thought. So that would be, for example, when you are about to do a presentation, or when you're about to speak in public, you start thinking, what if I fuck up? Or what is this, that? So then you just start having all these types of emotion. You start thinking too much, and then so your body is processing way too many things. It's going to look like a freeway. Like there's way too many neural connections activated, and it kind of overloads your system, and that leads to a poor performance. So now, so gestural language is closed loop. It is immediate, right? So it happens before it turns into an open loop thought process. So this applies to microexpressions. So if microexpressions happen when the nervous system expresses something before the conscious mind can retract it. And by that, I mean that if someone is trying to have one up on you, and they do have one up on you, they're going to quickly, with their face, express a grin. They're going to do the evil grin, which I cover in one of my videos. So I'm gonna also put a link to that in the description section. So that's all you need, because movement is evidence of thought. So if you can tell what someone is thinking by reading their body language. That is how powerful this information is. You can see the unseen. All right, does that make sense? So that's what I mean by seeing the unseen. You need no evidence to know things. All right. Now, this is it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye.